Hey guys, Henry from Product Creation Formula. In this particular video, we're going to be showing you an effect for your YouTube videos that goes something like this. If you'd like to learn how to do that, keep watching because we're about to go find out. Okay, the first thing we need to do is we need to go over here to the left hand panel just here, and we need to right click and we have to go new slide. And what I had to do when I first started this slide was to make sure that when I was there I went to layout and I started with a blank layout. It's always important to have a blank layout, and I also made sure I kept these grid marks right here. Now what we need to do is we need to actually have the icons. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to go to my icon section. I'm going to click on there, and I'm going to now find thumbs up, and that's the one we want just there. So we're going to click on that and hit Insert. Now of course that's going to come up as a rather small icon, and we want to probably pull that across to the left just here, and we need to expand that up. Now I'm going to do that. Now of course we want to be able to make that a grey color, so that's easy enough to do. All we have to do is go over here to where it says graphic fills, click on that, and just go to the first one just here. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to now right click here, and we are going to duplicate that. Actually, I'm just going to click on that and go Control, hitting the Control button, and while pressing down the Control button I'm going to hit the letter D, and that will allow me to duplicate it. Now drag this one and pull it down below it, and the reason I'm doing that is so as I can change the color. The color we're going to be wanting to do is this color right here. Now if you want to know what that color is, let me go bring that up for you. We can go to more fill colors, and that particular color is 065 FD4. So I'll leave the color code down below so you know which one to go for. Okay, so making sure that this one fits behind, what we need to do is we need to right click and hit send to back, and that is what we want, so as it goes in behind that other icon. So I'm also going to go here and I'm going to remove, on the blue, I'm going to remove the outline, so it's just that tiny bit smaller than the original size, primarily because we want to have the larger one on the outside and the smaller one on the inside. Now next thing we need to do is to draw the subscribe button, which is really simple to do. All we have to do is in the Home tab, go over here to where it says Shapes, we click on that Shapes bar, and we go to the rectangle right here. And then all we have to do is left click, scroll down and drag it across to where you're happy with it, and I think about there would be good. Now first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up here to where it says Shape Fill, and click on that, and I'm going to go here to where it says More Fill. And down here where the hashtag is, we can go FF0000 and we hit enter, and that will give us the perfect red color that YouTube has. That's exactly the same red color that YouTube has. Now what we need to do is right click on that rectangle, and then also, or before I do that, let's also take away the outline. We need to go over here, let's go to where it says Shape Outline, scroll down to where it says No Outline, and there we have that. Now what we do is we right click on here, and then we go Edit Text. Now in the Home tab, we're going to go over here to the Home tab, we're going to click on that, and we're going to be making that 40. And making sure that we're in cap locks, we're going to say subscribe. Now we're going to now duplicate this one by clicking on there and going Control, hitting, while holding down the Control key we hit D, and that allows us to do this, and I'll bring that one down here. Now on the top one, because we want it to go behind, we're going to be making this one subscribed. So we hit the D just there, so as we have subscribed. Now we're going to be changing the color of this one. That's very easy to do. All we have to do is go to Shape Fill, click on here, and then we just click on, we just click on this one here, which is the very first gray one you come to. The lighter black text 1 lighter 50%. We click on that, and that is what you want. We want to have this sit directly over the top of that grey one, so as it fits perfectly there. And with the blue one, we want that one to go directly behind it. Now the bell icon, I'd suggest you go looking for a bell icon, because we need 2 different kinds of bell icons in this particular case. And I'll leave a link from where you can find the bell icon. But in this particular case, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go Picture, I'm going to go This Device. Now I have a couple of icons here. I want this particular icon just here. I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to shrink that right down to about there. Drag that up to the center and move it right there. Now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now go back to my insert section, go back to Picture, I'm going to go to This Device again, and then in this particular one I've got bell not rung white background, so I'm going to click on that one, and then we're going to shrink this down till it roughly matches the same size. As you can see, with the white background, it then covers the ringing bell aspect of it just there, and we're going to now grab that, we're going to cover the top of that, and we're going to be putting that in the center. Now we're now going to need to go over here to Insert, click on that, and over here where it says Icon, we click on that, and then right here in this section here, we're now going to type in the term cursor, and we need this one which is completely filled in. We click on that one and we hit Insert. Now that we have that, let's expand that out a little bit, and what we need to do is drag that across to around about there. Now one thing we have to do is make sure it has a black outline, and we also want to make sure that it is completely white. But another thing we need to do is we need to bulk out that fill a little bit. We need to bulk out those lines. It's a little bit too thin, and I like 2 1/4. So I'm going to click on 2 1/4, and that just makes it, just emphasizes it a little bit. Now what we need to do is move that cursor out of the way for a moment, because we need to now click on the grey thumbs up. We then need to click on the red subscribe and the white bell icon, and with that we now go over here to Animation, making sure we have the animation pane available to us. We then scroll down here and we go to the exit motions here, and we go to this one and we hit disappear, and we want all 3 of the top ones to disappear, and that allows us our first motion, our first emphasis. So that's the first thing we need to do. Now another thing we need to do is make sure that we have this one, the cursor now needs to pulse. Now we click on that, and we need to now go down here to, after clicking on the cursor, we now go over here to the animation section, we click on here and go down to where it says pulse. Now we're going to be needing to do that a couple of times, so we need to go over here to where it says add animation, and we scroll down to where it says pulse, and then we're going to be needing to add that one more time, and then we can hit pulse again. Now the reason we're doing that is so as we can make sure that we have this in the right place. Now the first thing I want to do is I'm going to grab this particular pulse and take it all the way to the very top. Then I'm going to grab this particular pulse and I'm going to be putting it in between the graphic and the rectangle. And then I'm going to grab this particular pulse and I'm going to be putting it between the rectangle and the picture. And we're going to leave it there. Now that we've done that, what we need to do is choose the motion path in which this particular item is going to go. But before we do, we need to now start things on this one here. Has got to start with previous. This one has to start after previous. Now this one is starting with previous. This one is starting after previous. This one is with previous. And this one is after previous. There we have it. Now, we now need to add the motion path from here to here and then to here. Now all we do here is making sure we're clicking on the icon where it's the cursor icon. We now add animation. We go to add animation. We scroll down to the very bottom where it says motion paths. Actually it's just here. We go to more motion paths. We click on that. And the first thing we want to do is go across to the right. So we go under here where it says line curves. We click right here where it says right, and then we hit OK. And as you can see, that's where it takes this. Now, if we were to now go to the slideshow, let's have a look at what this looks like so far. Pulses there, and all three pulses happen, and it happens at the right time. Although this one didn't move, because I didn't move the motion path where I want it. This particular one needs to go directly under Graphics 11 and Graphics 2. And this one needs to start with previous. Now that we've done that, we now need to add another motion path. To do that, all we have to go to animation, making sure we have clicked on the cursor icon again, we hit add animation. Going back down here to more motion paths, we now go down to where it says right, and we click on that, and that will add this one here, and we hit OK. Now as you can see, this one is highlighted right here, and this is the one we want to move. I'm going to grab that little circle just there and drag it across to where the bell is, making sure that it's not expanded out. It may have expanded out just then. Let's grab that. And we want to be able to grab the actual line itself, so we can get that. Drag it down just a little bit. There we are. Grab the line so as you drag the whole lot across. There we are. Now with this bell icon, we need to make sure that it comes up and touches the actual bell. I personally prefer to keep it at the bottom right hand side of the bell because of the position of the arrow. Now this particular one needs to go back up here, and it needs to go directly under the rectangle, and it goes right there like that. And this one needs to start with previous. Now if we were to start the slideshow from the very beginning, let's see what this looks like. Let's go from beginning. Oops, sorry, we've done this before. Now let's go back to the next one. Sorry, it should be from current slide. From current slide, pulsate, click, pulsate, click, pulsate, click, and we are completed. So starting again, we go click, click, and click. Now we can add one more little effect to that if we want to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this bell icon out of the way for one moment, and I'm going to click on the bell that's actually ringing. I'm going to click on that. We're going to now go over here to animation, and from here I'm going to scroll down to where it says teeter, and we're going to click on that and allow that to teeter at the end. And this particular one will start with previous. Now when we bring that back up, we go like that. We go have a look at slideshow, and we're going to go from current slide. There we go. Clicks on there, takes away the subscribe, clicks on that, and as you can see, the bell icon has not only clicked, it has also moved. Alright, that's all there is to this particular video. Just want to say thanks for watching, and remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.